Hi, I'm Chris from Fabtech, and today we're going to be working on a Piranha P50 Ironworker. Customer is stating that the motor bogs down whenever you turn it on, and we're going to get to the conclusion of what is causing this issue. I will give you an example real quick so you can see. When you turn it on, it will start going like a humming noise, and it's like bogged down. So let me go flip the power back on. As you can hear that is the issue we're having. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my multimeter, set to AC, and we're going to check power on the 3 legs coming in. All right, we got 209, 76. Ooh, let's do individual. All right, we got 121, 30, 121. So I have a leg that has dropped. All right, so let's go inside and check the voltage on the box. Make sure you turn off power. Lift this up. It's just protective guard. All right, this way we can find out if it's the machine or if it's coming from the main power source. So put that in there and that in there. We got 209, 209. All right, 209, 211. All right, so we got the correct power coming out of the main breaker. So that is not our issue. So somewhere between the machine and here is where our problem lies. Turn the power off, and we're gonna go check the cable. And it does look like it's been taped up a few times, so let's go ahead and remove that tape now that we got the power off. So with this, once we get the tape off, we should be able to see what damage we have going on. Ooh, yeah, that thing's been cut open. Wow, there she be. I can see the wires inside all cut up. That will explain why we have no power. Well, I'm gonna get this opened up and see what we can do. And now that's off, we can see why we have no freaking power. Wow. All right. Well, I will have to repair this. That is what happens when you lay your machine on your cable. It'll cause tear through, of course, because this is C-channel and it squishes down and cuts right through over time. So please avoid that so you don't have this issue. And if you do have this issue, most likely this could be one of your causes. Let me go get some electrical supplies and we'll get back. All right, so we got our new cable and we're going to go ahead and install it. And in here, you'll see 3 wires, and you got a ground in the back. That will be my ground. Those are disconnected. Let's check over here. That is off. And I gotta take those out and that off. Now that we've got that, we gotta go inside and take the other one. All right, so here we have our cable. Got 20 feet of it. You just want to give it enough to where it is going to reach each one of those terminal lugs and the ground. Then we have our new terminal lug in there that was stripped out. All right, now that we got all those, put them in there. All right, so we're going to take this cable and run it through the machine, through that hole right there, and run it back behind the cylinder down there, up around the motor, down to the bottom hole, and up to these 3 terminals right here. All right, I gotta strip those, put a connector on. It looks like we're doing this the old-fashioned way. Right. And red goes on bottom. I go to the other side. There isn't much room to work with. I gotta get this up under here. And we'll just tighten up these clamps for the hold downs on this cable. Got all that done. Now let's go check, turn on the power. Let's see why we got that still. So we still got that noise. Let's find out why. So after doing further diagnosis, after I got the cable in, found one of the terminal lugs loose and got it all hooked up. So it goes in here, goes around to there, white, black, red, and then you have your ground, comes up in between right here and right here, and there's a ground cable right there. And we shall see. Moment of truth. Yep. Perfect. All right, and that was a Piranha P50 Ironworker doing the power cable exchange that was damaged. So there's a new one going in. Here's the old one. You see right there where it burnt and severed itself, melted apart, melted all the copper. So this is Chris from Fabtech. Thanks for watching, and like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a great day.